Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no.
I found this on the web for how do you say zombie.
Bro,
Check it out.
Siri, shut your ass up.
Welcome back to another week of the Talk Before You Run podcast. We are going to go ahead. First off, I want to say, I know y'all will be seeing this after Christmas, but this is being recorded before Christmas. And from us to y'all, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. So we are actually going to go ahead and do another episode where we read the Reddit stories. Am I the asshole? Now,
Yes. Oh, my
y'all
bad.
are going to have to bear with me. I can't read. If I start stumbling over and messing a bunch of stuff up, y'all can't laugh at me.
We won't laugh at you. We'll laugh with you.
No, I'll laugh at him.
I can, yeah. Screw you for now. Alright, are y'all ready to jump into this?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Number 1. Am I the asshole for telling my cousin's widow I will no longer be supporting her emotionally or physically? Now keep in mind, guys, I didn't pre-read these. All I did was read the title. And the title caught my attention, so we're going to... This is totally blind for all of us.
All right,
Just to
cool.
let y'all know.
Oh,
I, 32 female, am from a small, tight-knit family. There is my family of 4, my parents, my grandmother, my aunt, and my uncle. Their 2 kids and families. We all live in the same area and will do whatever we can to help each other. My cousin Derek, 28 male, tragically passed away a year and a half ago from a drunk driver. He left behind his wife, Monica, 27 female, and 4 kids, all under the age of 8. It was devastating, and Monica completely shut down. We all understood and started caring for her and the kids. This included me no longer charging her rent. They lived in the house I own next door to me. Helping prepare meals, taking care of the kids, helping with appointments, school, work, shopping, etc. I can't tell how many times I was her shoulder to cry on. She let me put the kids in therapy but refused to go herself. Up to now, and the issue, as I said, it has been a year and a half and she is still completely shut down. She doesn't work, she doesn't cook or clean, and I have been raising these kids along with my 2. This isn't sustainable. The kids miss her, and they lost their mom the day they lost their dad. I sat down the other night and I was trying to be empathetic towards her, but nothing was getting through. She just kept crying and saying she couldn't do it without Derek. I told her she didn't have a choice. She has 4 kids who need their mother. She still wasn't listening, but I had enough, and I told her she has a week to get her appointment with a therapist before I stop supporting her and went for custody of the kids. She ran out crying. The rest of our family thinks I'm being cruel, but she loved my cousin deeply, but I think this is what she needs. She can't live like this and can't keep putting the kids through this. Am I the asshole?
Well, it's like that type of shit. Like, it's like some type of topics that like you are the asshole, but you also are doing the right thing.
Tough love.
Yeah. It's been. You said it was a year
A year and a
after the
half.
passing. A year and a half after the passing.
Okay, so this is how I look at it. I don't think that she's the asshole. I'll tell you why. Because she has done everything she could to help this lady out. I understand losing somebody you love is hard. Everybody goes through it. Everybody does it. Everybody's got to, pick themselves up by their bootstraps and eventually carry themselves through life. Now, the fact that she has 4 kids and she's completely checked out, and it's been a year and a half since she's checked herself back into life,
Mm-hmm.
and she's had these opportunities for help, and she just refuses to take them, I don't think that she's the asshole. Because you like I said, you have these opportunities to help yourself, but you're just not taking them. And to me, I think that falls on you. So you can't just keep expecting everybody else to keep bailing you out of life just because you don't want to deal with the hard things. That's how I look at it.
Agreed.
Yeah, you bring up a great point. I mean, like I would understand it if it was like if a month or maybe like 2 months, you can't like push it on now. But since it's been like a year and a half, and you have kids that depend on you under the age of 8, as an adult, you have to step up.
Yeah, I understand for like the first, hell, 6, 7, 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. I mean, even the first, I mean, it's hard. Like, I can see somebody shutting down. But once you reach that year and a half, yeah, it's still hard. I mean, hell, it's hard years down the line.
That's what she said.
But you have to be able to still live your life while dealing with it. And like I said, the fact that she has kids just makes it that much worse on her because she should have checked back in by now. If not for herself, but for her kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way I look at it. I mean, I'm speaking from semi-personal experience. Not personal experience, I guess. Being the child in the situation, should I say.
I think that everybody mourns differently, but maybe a little similar, but different, and the way that may have been what she needed to pick herself back up, but then again, it may not have been. But there was an effort to help, so I don't think that the OP is the asshole.
And it would have been different if she wouldn't have at least tried to be sympathetic to the situation, or if she would have been like a month or two in and this would have happened, then yeah, I would have definitely said that she was an asshole, but honestly, I don't see anywhere in this situation where she is.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
you said before, tough love, man. Some people just need it to carry on with their lives. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Type shit.
So general consensus, not the asshole. Correct?
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to numero dos. Don't expect me to do Spanish again because that's about as far as I got.
Tress.
Tres and
All right.
cuatro. Now you can only count to 4.
Oh, that's further than that's twice as good as what I was before. All right. Number 2. Am I the asshole for telling my Jewish wife that religious
Okay.
Christmas songs are no big deal?
Actually, you're not, because I have a Jewish friend, and he was just arguing about his Jewish brother about this. I don't believe that he's the asshole. But we still gotta read more into it.
I'm biased in that because I hate Christmas music. I absolutely abhor it. So I'm gonna agree and say that he's the asshole. I'm agreeing with the Jewish friend, by the way. I just wanted to clear that up.
So it says, my wife is Jewish and I am an atheist. I was raised non-religious and celebrate Christmas. When we had our son, we agreed to raise him Jewish, but also celebrate Christmas. He's 3,
What?
and this is his. You need me to read it?
No, I understood it. It just what? So we're atheist and Jewish, but we're gonna celebrate Christmas.
That's what it said.
That's the most
Okay.
Jinxie shit I've ever heard.
My wife is Jewish and I'm an atheist. I was raised non-religious and celebrate Christmas. When we had our son, we agreed to raise him Jewish but also celebrate Christmas. He's 3 and this is his first year in nursery. They've been doing Christmas crafts and learning carols. On Friday, he started singing Away in the Manger. She was uncomfortable and asked what other songs they sing. He couldn't list any, but she asked for a list on Monday and got one. There is a couple Jesus songs, basically. She was pretty upset when we sat down for dinner, and I told her it was no big deal. He didn't suddenly believe Jesus was the Messiah because he sang about a shiny star. He's 3. She agreed. She argued that it sets up precedents. It's worming into his subconscious. I told her she was being dramatic, like half of his class is Muslim, and they are also taking part. It's just music. She got pretty upset and said it was different and that they didn't expect me to get it. On Tuesday, she spoke to the nursery's nurse and told them she didn't want him partaking. They said they didn't have the option, but she was free to take him out until after Christmas. She brought him home to me, who works from home. I took him back. It's seriously not that serious. I told her she could take the time off work if she desperately doesn't want him there, but he already knows the song, so what's the point? Friday is his last day anyways. She made a fuss this morning about having it noted in his chart following that they needed to make accommodations for him when celebrating religion. We've been fighting for a while over it. Everyone we know is evenly split. Some think she's dramatic, some think I'm an asshole for making such a deal out of something that clearly means a lot to her. Am I the asshole?
Hmm.
Yeah. So if I say anything, I'm racist. So, no comment.
I'm
I think they're
gonna
both assholes.
I'm gonna rescind my comment and say no, he's not the asshole. But there is a whole heap of conundrum going on in that situation, and they're fighting over stupid, idiotic stuff. It's hilarious and sad at the same time.
So she's afraid about him singing a Christmas carol will turn him into a Catholic.
Well, not into a Catholic per
Well,
se,
not.
but just
Yeah, but like, it's a song. I mean, like, it's not even a gateway for real. It's just a song.
look. I honestly couldn't tell you. If you want
I'm
me
gonna
to be
say no.
totally honest with you.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no too, because it's Christmas carols. You're gonna come Christmas time. You're gonna hear them
as,
no matter where you go.
yeah, as unfortunate as it is.
And there is a lot of people that are not religious and or in different religions that participate in celebrating Christmas and singing Christmas songs and stuff like that. I don't think he's an asshole for saying it's not a big deal. I don't think she's an asshole for wanting to stick to her religion. I think, like Swytch said, they're fighting over shit that's stupid. Yes, I'm torn in this one. But based on this, no, he's not the asshole.
I'm gonna vote no.
So we're all in accord.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all in agreement that he is not the asshole. All right. And my next one. Let's see. Something wasn't right whenever this one was copied, so you just gotta give me a second to figure out where the start is. Okay, so I have an update for this one, but the update was put on the top of the original post. That's where I got confused. Okay, am I the asshole for getting my fiance's baby mom's mother fired after she told me he hopes he chokes and dies?
What? Hold
Am
on,
I the asshole?
read it back, read it back.
Am I the asshole for getting my fiance's baby mom's mother fired after she told me she hopes he chokes and dies?
Damn.
No, afraid not.
That's crazy.
Okay, it says
Yeah,
I've.
no, you ain't.
Oh,
No, this is like
you got an
selfish.
opinion to put in first?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say no, unless she brought it up first and bragged about something.
Okay. It says, I recently have gotten a job as an Amazon delivery driver. I had taken some time off for about 3 months due to being sick. When I returned, there had been a lot of new hires. One of those new hires was Amber. I, of course, did not know who she was until she said this to me. At Amazon, there is a daily stand up meeting with all of the associates. At this meeting, they give updates about our safety scores and delivery rates and such. On this particular day, I arrived early enough to where I had time to interact with some of my other coworkers. A conversation started where I was talking about the military. Mind you, my fiance is in the military. So when this topic was brought up, I felt like I could easily talk about it because I experienced firsthand what it is like to be with someone in the military. Amber also felt the same way, stating that her ex-husband was also in the military. Once I began to speak,
Mm.
Amber interrupted me and said, I know your boyfriend. I know Tyler. I immediately questioned how she thought she knew my fiance. To which she said, you know Maddie, his baby mama's name. I'm the woman who raised her. I said something back to her, which I didn't remember specifically what I said, but whatever it was, she ultimately responded, I hope Tyler chokes and dies. This is how much I don't care about him. Then proceeds to say it was nothing against me. I was obviously offended and upset by this. She tried to go into damage control and tell me we won't have to let this affect our workplace. And she didn't want any tension. I immediately walked away, and after loading my delivery van, I went straight to management and explained to them what she had said to me. Then they assured me that they would talk to her and she would most likely not be returning to work after that day. I called my fiance because I was so upset. I began to cry because someone who I did not even know nor ever met just told me my fiance should die. Some for whom I care very deeply about, someone who I love. My boss later reached out to me and told me that she was terminated. So am I the asshole for getting my fiance's baby mother fired? Baby mom's mother fired, should I say.
No.
So do y'all want the update now or do y'all want the update after y'all figure out what y'all want to say?
I'm gonna say no, but we'll.
Wait,
So
hold on.
after,
In
I
the
guess.
update. Oh no, I guess you haven't read the update yet.
Okay. Well, I
Depends
don't
what
know what
she
the update
said
says.
for real. Cause like
This
whatever she
is what she
said.
said. Well, I guess I don't know if she. Let's read the update and see what it says. It says
Alright.
update. I can obviously see both sides of this. I did not come on here again to defend my fiance against people I don't know nor know him. I wanted to know if I was an asshole for telling my management that other coworkers just wished death upon my fiance. I know for a fact that I didn't say anything about her, her daughter, or her grandson. She was saying things about my fiance that I was highly uncomfortable with and then tried acting like we could be friends. I told her, you're saying this about someone I care about, which she then said, I hope he chokes and dies. This is how much I care about him. Which was obviously her trying to hurt me because I care about him. but her caring for him is not or doesn't matter to me. It becomes a problem the second she said she hopes he dies. Any sort of positive or neutral relationship with her after this would have nearly been impossible. I made the decision to report her knowing she would most likely get fired because I was uncomfortable and felt it would affect my job. And I shouldn't have to feel uncomfortable going to work because someone told me my fiance should die. I didn't come in here to get opinions about the child support case, which is still pending and going through court as I type this. My fiance, 25 male, and I, 24 female, have been together for almost 3 years. I was very aware that he had a child with another woman, and it is not a problem for me. I have tried to form a relationship with the baby's mother, but she was bitter towards my fiance. They are going through a court proceedings for child support, so there's some tension. Okay, so the update doesn't say anything about. I do not think that she's an asshole, because if somebody told me something like that, I wouldn't even went to management. We'd have been throwing hands.
Type shit. That's what I was going to say. Like,
there is just certain things in this that it's never to be said. And wishing death upon somebody, no matter how much you dislike them, should never happen. So, are they the asshole for going to their management? Not at all.
No.
I
100%
100% agree.
100%.
I'd have done the same.
Yeah, I do not believe that it was unwarranted. I don't care what it was that she had said, even though she couldn't remember it. Because if it wasn't on the same terms as somebody else that she knew could die, which she didn't know the lady, so kind of wouldn't have made any sense if she would have said that, but no, I don't think she's the asshole.
Yeah.
So, general consensus, not the asshole. Not because she works as an Amazon driver, but because she got her fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did it a little too professionally. Like, she had to say something.
Oh, I'd have caught her in the parking lot before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no.
I found this on the web for how do you say zombie.
Bro,
Check it out.
Siri, shut your ass up.
Yeah. Like, what was that? Like, not even her. Said she was sick for 3 months. How are you sick for 3 months? And then comes back with new. What's the word?
Coworkers?
Yeah. And then one of them
Just so
randomly
happens to be your
yeah, how just so happens to be that.
the ex-mother-in-law or whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of
That's funny.
seems a little too coinkydinky for me.
Yeah, well, I've seen weirder things.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Number 4.
Yep.
Am I the asshole for not helping someone after they almost destroyed my chances of getting a degree and almost destroyed a teacher's career? Just from reading this right off the bat, not the asshole.
This
I
sounds
don't.
very. What's the word?
Interesting.
Uh,
Cut and dry.
risque.
Oh, we talking about sleeping. Ah, I got you.
If the
gotcha. It's
teacher's
very
involved getting
taboo.
fired, I'm thinking there's something happening between a student or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I don't know. That's a really difficult one to.
Well, he's asking about him, not the person who almost lost his degree or her degree and getting the teacher fired.
Mm-hmm. Let's say no.
I'm gonna say the person who tried or probably unintentionally tried to do both those things probably is the asshole.
Yeah.
But then not the narrator.
Let's
The
see.
writer probably isn't.
The narrator definitely not.
I don't know. Travis seems a little bit well.
It says, I, 25 female, worked for a university from the age of 18 to 21 for many years. I felt university wasn't for me, as although I had good grades, my self esteem was pretty low, and I thought I wasn't good enough for university and I couldn't even afford it. I worked as an assistant for various departments, and many of my colleagues who taught students said they could see my potential. They finally encouraged me to apply. I decided to apply for the university and got in. I was accepted onto 4 scholarships that are designed for students who with lots of potential, so I no longer had to worry about applying for student loans and not being able to afford it. Last year, I was meant to be in my final year of university and I should have graduated. But a student was making up rumors about me and this lecturer having an affair, which didn't happen. The university soon picked up on these rumors and started their own investigation. At first, the lecturer and I had to stay separate, which meant I missed half of the classes, as she was one of two who was teaching me for that year. 2 months later, the lecturer got suspended with full pay, and 5 days later, the university sent me an email to my personal email account and told me that I was being suspended, that I was not allowed on university grounds, and that I was not allowed to contact anyone at university. The staff who was investigating these rumors fully believed that we were having an affair, and we were suspended for 9 months so they could find evidence of our affair. As a result of them taking 9 months, I ended up failing the final year, and now I have to retake it. While suspended, these rumors about the affair were spreading around the campus fast, and everyone knew. I had a friend who I now consider my best friend who was made contact under a secret Snapchat account he had, asked for my account, and he said he fully believed me and started doing his own investigation to find out who it was. I'm running out of word count. To keep it short, after speaking to various students, he finally found some evidence that it was a student who made up the rumors and started the report to the university. He found concrete evidence and took it to the investigation team, and they closed the report and allowed us back on campus. But the students didn't get suspended or punished at all. She was made to do it. All she was made to do is retake the third and final year, as she had to pay for it. Some of these people don't know how to spell. Whereas I didn't. Now I'm in class with her, and she struggles a lot. She keeps requesting for my help due to me always understanding the assignments and the fact I know what to do. She's fed up with me saying no and spoke out to a former classmate, and now they are saying I'm an asshole because I keep a grudge against her because of what she did and the fact that I nearly lost a degree, which I haven't, and they started. I should help her out. Am I the asshole refusing to help her when she nearly cost me my degree and a teacher her career?
No. What?
Definitely
No.
not.
I
No, you
hold
are
grudges
not.
too. I wouldn't help this girl.
Yeah.
Look, I wouldn't spit on her asshole if she was on fire. Okay.
That's a
Look,
new
that's the
one.
politest way I can put it. All right. That's the politest way I could put it. Because there is
Yeah.
no way in hell I would ever help that woman. Ever.
I I would probably help her to an F.
I wouldn't even give her the satisfaction of helping her to an F. Apparently, she can get that on her own. Yeah, there's no way. No way whatsoever I'd help.
See, like I wouldn't even like made it into the class. Like I would have been like,
I think the worst part of this situation is everybody is like everybody knows the situation, knows that this chick is the reason behind all of the malfeasance and stuff, and yet
They're still
see,
gonna call her an asshole for not helping.
yeah, I don't get people. People are crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Look,
No, you're not.
I
You're not the
believe in
asshole.
giving people second chances for certain things. But like she said, she almost costed her degree and a teacher her livelihood. That's
I
just
think I
not
thought it was a
something that.
dude.
No. It was two females.
Oh,
But that is
could have
just
sworn you said
not
he.
something that can be forgiven. I just don't believe that.
And you know that's like hella personal too, because there's no way like someone random would do that.
Apparently, it was random because they had to figure out who it was that even started the rumor. At least if there was something personal going on, you would have kind of already knew where to look. I don't know.
I would.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
feel that.
I would find it difficult, but I would try my hardest to just. I wouldn't necessarily. You turn the other cheek and just ignore and just look at her and tell her to it straight. Look, we're not friends. We're not hanging out. Don't approach me anymore. And if she continues to do so, that's when you go to the higher
Dean.
ups, the people in charge. Look, this is what I told her. She's not listening. We need to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get her fired for telling her that my fiance needs to choke and die.
Wrong floor, wrong floor.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, so general consensus, not the asshole. Oh yeah, we need to get one of these where they are the asshole.
Yeah,
I
huh?
feel like I picked all the
For
ones
I
that are
mean, like,
not the assholes.
I feel like there's like they're always no, I'm not the asshole. But they're like missing key details that make them the asshole, but they post it on Reddit to get them satisfaction.
Mm, maybe, but we could really only go by it based off of what they say anyway. So
That's true.
based off of what
Yeah.
OP says, not the asshole. Now, well, even then, in that situation, I don't think there was anything that could have been said or done that would have warranted that, even to make OP the asshole.
Even like if she felt bad for doing it, why'd you do it in the first place?
Well, that's just it. The weird part about it, it never even said that she felt bad for doing it.
Yeah, that was.
Never said that she apologized or anything like that. Just that
Oh,
she was struggling and wanted help.
Yeah.
I know she
And,
didn't. She probably wouldn't have.
well, not getting help from me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't happen. All right, time for number 5. We got 3 more, guys. We got 7 in total. We're at number 5. I think I counted that right. 1, 5. Yeah, 3 more. Am I the asshole for telling my kid that if he cannot behave, perhaps we should reconsider the foster care system or military school?
Whoa.
Sorry, what?
Okay.
Am I am I the asshole for telling my kid that if he cannot behave, perhaps we should reconsider the foster care system or military school?
Wow.
There's like a lot of detail that needs to get put into this.
That is. Yeah, I agree. With as much detail as that is, I'm gonna just right off the bat say yes, but I feel there's more detail that's gonna make me change my mind.
Yeah. She said kid, I was thinking about like 5 or 6, and then she said military school, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about threatening a kid with foster care. I don't know. I'm,
For real? Wait, like, what?
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna say yeah, too.
I think I'm going to say yes. But let's read and see. It says, I do not have any legal rights to my son Danny. This is just a fucked up situation. I never wanted kids and met a
Oh,
woman who
no.
felt the same until we got pregnant. 3 kinds of birth control failed, and I have since got snipped. I agreed to sign away my parental rights and pay child support until he was adopted by her partner, whomever that might be, in the fullness of time. My parents insisted on being involved in his life. I was fine with it. He is a good kid most of the time. Unfortunately, life, or in this case, death happens. His ex passed away. She has no family, and she left Danny with my parents when he was 12. My parents are old. Okay, hold up. My parents are old as F. I don't know why she couldn't just put it again like she did in the beginning. And are a huge reason why I never wanted a kid. Danny's mom was an okay parent, but pretty lenient. Going from that to my parents' perfectly curated house. Okay. Going from that to my parents' perfectly curated house must have been a shock. He was okay for a while. He is consoling. He is 14 now, and as much of a pain in the ass as you can imagine a 14-year-old boy to be. 6 months ago, my parents threw in the towel. They said if I don't come and take him, he would be going to military school. I fucking hated military school, so I took him in. All legal. My parents are his legal guardians, but I am letting him live with me and trying to socialize him. He isn't having it, and he has trashed my home a couple of times. He refuses to do his chores or his schoolwork. He is just being a dick. I have been going through to counseling with him for 6 months, and it hasn't helped. I sat him down and told him flat out that if I had to deal with him wrecking my stuff, not cleaning up after himself, or not doing homework, I was going to talk to my parents and see if perhaps being under professional care will help his behavior. He said I was an asshole and that I was never a father, so why am I trying now? To be honest, I'm trying because I loved his mom. I know she grew up in the foster care and would hate knowing that that's where he'd end up.
So there's no
That's it.
threatening of
That's it.
foster care?
Well, that was the being under professional care part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're definitely the asshole
Yeah, I
because
mean,
you're a neglectful. You're a neglectful father,
yeah, right off the bat.
and you weren't even the second choice to take care of your kid.
Yeah, because it said, well, he
And you
signed his
try
rights
to
away to him.
14 years later. I would be the same way as the kid. 14 years later, my dad tries to step in and then forcing me to change the way so that I'm like acting correctly. Yeah, yeah, no,
I
this guy's
think
the asshole.
the apple didn't fall far from the tree, and the original poster is an asshole.
Well, obviously he's done the same thing as a kid because he also went to military school.
Well, yeah, that's why I said the
Went to
apple.
military school,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So he obviously did the same thing as the kid, and when it came back on him, damn, back on him.
Hey, they say
You
you
don't want to take
kids is
care of
going to
him no
be
more.
10 times worse than what you were.
right? And apparently, military school would probably help him anyway. So
I don't know. General consensus asshole.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
There also wasn't a whole lot of detail to that story, so
No.
it kind of made it a little bit hard to go anything other than our initial.
Right. I think the only people that weren't the asshole were the grandparents.
You know, they did the best they could, but hey, they gave up on him too.
I
Well,
mean, they're
the
old.
mom too.
They're old. I can understand that if they can barely get around and take care of themselves, they're not going to be able to put up with a hellion.
You know? And he
I
said he didn't
also,
want kids, so I mean, it's
Right.
kind of
yeah.
And as soon as the kid was conceived, he turned into an asshole. The father did, not the kid. The kid just grew up to be one.
But I respect the mom because she also didn't want kids, but she was willing to step up,
Yeah.
unlike the father.
Yep. Yep. Respect for the.
general
So
consensus asshole.
Yep.
All right,
yeah, what is it?
for numero 6. I
We
don't
tried our
remember which
best.
one that was. Am I the asshole for telling my mom she should hold her husband to the same standards she holds me to?
Probably not.
Yeah, yeah, no. Well,
Depends on what they're talking about.
That's
yeah.
true.
Like, what type of standards are you talking about?
I don't know. Let's see. It says, my dad died a few days after my 7th birthday. He was on his way to work and got into an accident. I loved my dad and have missed him so much since he's died. Mom and I both went into grief therapy after his death. She went for about 6 months. I went for almost 3 years. A few months before I stopped attending therapy, my mom met Mark. I didn't meet him for like a year and a bit after, but my mom told me she was dating someone. And then when they became boyfriend and girlfriend, they got married like 7 months after I met him. I was 12. Even before they got
Whoa.
married, Mark and my mom would call me their daughter and say I was their kid. He would tell people I was his daughter when he met them, whereas I always called him my mom's husband or fiance before they got married. It's both my mom and Mark and I don't tell people he's my dad or say my parents when I'm talking about both. Over the years, they have told me it would mean a lot to Mark if I was to introduce him as my dad. Or she said I could say bonus dad, but not stepdad, since that sounds far more insignificant in terms of the role he plays in my life. I have never done this, but for a couple of years now, my mom told me I should be better with it, better than this. I should think about someone else's feelings above my own. That it would cost me nothing to let people see him as my parent instead of instantly delegating him to just the dude she's married to. She was she has gone on and on about thinking about his feelings and not putting my own first the whole time. Lately it has been getting to me. So when my mom said it to me, 17 female, a couple of weeks ago, I told her she should try holding her husband to the same standards she holds me to and ask him to put my feelings on this before his own. My mom told me he already has to do that day after day when I refuse to acknowledge him as a dad in my life. I told her he had the choice on whether he wanted to marry her and take me on. I never got the choice in his place in my life. But I told her I am taking back the right to choose what he is to me, whether she likes it or not. She told me I was petty for me to claim he needs to be held to the same standards when his actions don't hurt me, but mine's hurt him. Am I the asshole?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
I would say no.
I'm gonna say yes.
What? She's trying to make sure that she, like, has a father legacy and not some random
That's
dude that
not
just came into her life.
what that is about. It would be different if she was
She doesn't
asking
want to, like,
her. Look, it would be different if she was asking her to renounce her actual father, but she's
that's
not.
basically what she's doing.
She's not. Take it from somebody who's had two step parents. That's not what she's doing.
I have too. That's what she's doing.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you
I'm
mean no?
no.
That's what she's doing.
That's
If
not.
she doesn't want to address him as her father, she doesn't have to. He's not her
It's
father.
in a way. He is a dad, not her father, but he is a father figure
But
to
that's
her. He
not if
may
she
not
doesn't
be
see him
her
as one.
It doesn't. That's not the point.
Yes, it does. That's the whole point.
That is not the point.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no on this one.
I didn't always get along with my stepmom. Me and my sister both. Wasn't always the case. It was a long time before. And don't get me wrong, to this day, I love her. She a mother to me 100%. just as much as my actual mom.
Right.
But even then, I still never disrespected her by saying my father's wife.
And
Because
Because
When
to
you
me,
grew
that
up
is
with her.
very, very disrespectful.
and at what age did you say that happened?
What do you mean?
When you were a baby? That
What
they got
age
together?
did you meet her?
I was a baby. I just told you I was a baby.
Right.
Exactly.
Well,
It doesn't
This
matter.
12-year-old had a developed mind and had a father who she loved and respected, and then someone who she barely knows told her that he wants to take that spot. And when she got upset about that, you're saying that she's the asshole because she's
You
upset that someone's
literally
trying to
just
replace
put
her
extra
father.
stuff in there. He never said that he wanted to take that spot.
But he did.
That's
Not with
you
words,
just
with
wants-
actions.
It came out of your mouth.
Actions
It came out of your
just
speak
mouth,
louder than
Travis.
words.
He just wants to be introduced, not as my mother's husband.
Well, they went
To
about
me,
it wrong.
that is disrespectful.
They should have introduced the male to begin with to the kid, and then they build up a rapport, and then they decide whether or not they're going to stay together. Not the
Yeah, you
way they
can't-
did it.
You can't force a bond.
Right. You can't force
You
I'm
somebody
not
can't
saying
do
I'm
that.
not
You can't do
saying
that.
you have to force a bond, but I'm saying you do not have to be disrespectful about it.
I mean, I don't see
She's-
disrespect. I see.
She's not being disrespectful. She's saying that she loves her father.
Now I can
And she's
see.
not gonna
Nobody
replace him.
said that she doesn't have to love her father.
Right, but I don't see this disrespect because it's not like she's going out and saying, "Oh, this is the intruder" or the wannabe dad. She's just saying,
That's basically what she's saying.
Okay, so we're off the Molly. Travis, what are you on about?
I don't think you won this one, Travis.
Travis, you're off the Molly.
Look,
Listen,
I am
listen.
not saying that I'm winning or losing anything because it's not a
Because
winning
you're
or losing.
definitely
It's all
losing. You're
opinions. But
definitely
I am
losing.
just saying that to me, that is very disrespectful. And being disrespectful like that in turn makes you an asshole.
I disagree, but
Again, so
we'll
you're
continue.
literally dick riding the mom right now. You're not.
What does the
putting her
mom have to do
feelings-
with anything?
You're not putting her feelings in front.
What does the mom have to do with anything?
The
I'm not
whole-
even
the whole-
worried about the mom.
Travis, read. Travis, read the title for me.
I know what the title says, but
Read the title
I
for
can
me.
care less about the
Read
mom
the
at this
title
point.
for me. Read the title for me, Travis.
What I am saying is,
Read the title for me.
it doesn't matter what the title says. Am I the
Go
asshole for
ahead
telling my
and
mom
read
that
the
she-
title word
I'm
for
fucking
word.
telling you what the title says. Am I the asshole for telling my mom she needs to hold her husband at the same standards as she holds me? Now,
Exactly.
exactly
She's
what?
putting her husband's feelings before her own daughter's. And I don't believe that's okay.
Me neither.
Okay, so at the same time, did you hear the daughter ever say anything about it? It feels disrespectful or whatever if he doesn't introduce her as her daughter.
No. Because he's not her daughter.
Exactly.
Listen.
She barely knows this dude. And she would not care.
Okay, now also
If
keep
she-
in mind at the end of this story, it has been 5 years now.
Yeah, 5 years of
Yeah.
there's only 5 years after
Yeah, of putting.
a kid being a
putting
kid. 5 years
someone-
is nothing.
Okay, so then this goes back to the first story where we said the other chick wasn't the asshole. At some point in time, you got to move on.
Which story?
The first one.
Crap. Which one was
She
that?
was the asshole.
No, she wasn't the asshole for telling the sister-in-law or
Oh.
whatever, the cousin,
No,
whatever.
Are you talking about the girl
See,
who
but
tell
that's
yeah,
that's what I'm
different.
saying.
That
You-
is
that is
totally
not
different.
the same.
That is totally different.
It's
Yeah.
not different.
That is not the same.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Not,
It is.
It's not even
it
close
is-
to being the same.
Yeah.
How is it not different?
Because one's mourning over a death and not wanting to help her kids who are under the age of 8, and one is trying to push this person.
Okay, and the
create a
other one's
bond
mourning over
with
a death,
someone
but
who's trying
doesn't
to
want
replace
to.
her father who just died.
Okay,
Not
so
just
all right.
died.
So look at it like this. One of them, she's mourning a death, but she doesn't want to have a relationship with her kids. The other one, she's mourning a death, but doesn't want to have a relationship with her mom's husband.
Okay. But still.
But still, what? You can't have a double
It's
standard here.
different. It's
There
different
is no
things.
double standard here.
The
The
first
mom
one,
has to step up because no one's gonna take care of the kids. The daughter doesn't need to step up and have the name
No, but
of
he
that
stepped
dude
up
being
and took care of
daughter.
her. He
Obviously
stepped.
not.
He
Obviously
stepped
not,
up.
or they'd have a bond. Obviously not.
That doesn't mean nothing.
doesn't have to
I
be
bet it does.
reciprocated.
Straight facts.
I'm not saying that it has to be reciprocated. I'm not saying that she has to have a bond with him. They can absolutely hate each other for all I care. But the fact is he stepped into that life. He's doing what he can to take care. The least you can do is not go, my mom's husband.
Nah.
Nachos, you definitely lost this.
I agree. With
It wasn't a competition. I'm just making my
No,
point be
like,
known
Yeah.
on how
she is
I feel
definitely
about it.
Not the asshole. You can't call her the asshole for having feelings.
I think she is an asshole. Fuck her feelings. All right. Moving on to 7. Am I the asshole for being furious about a hotel room and not letting it go?
Oh, okay. a little bits.
Hey,
I don't know.
I don't know.
It depends about.
What?
Am I the asshole for being furious about a hotel room and not letting it go?
Oh, furious. Okay. I don't know. It depends on the
little bit.
situation. Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay. It says months ago, I agreed to go on a week-long trip to a luxury Mexican resort over Christmas
That's
with
your
my
first mistake.
father-in-law. Huh?
So that's your first mistake.
Okay, so she didn't even pay for it. First of all,
Well, hold up. It didn't say that she didn't pay for it.
she got invited. It just said she didn't pay for it.
That doesn't mean that she didn't pay for her damn hotel room.
Right.
Guess
Wait,
what? If you
start
get
over.
invited on
Start
going,
over.
if you
Start
get
over.
months ago,
Start over.
I agreed.
Travis,
Hold it. Shut up. Months ago, I agreed to go on a week-long trip to a luxury Mexican resort over Christmas with my father-in-law, who offered to treat myself and my husband as well as our 2 young children. He is very wealthy and dangles trips like this to corral the family together. I did not want to go.
She did not
Shut
pay
up.
for it.
I did not want to go on this Mexico trip. Instead, I wanted to go on a much less expensive trip, just the 4 of us, at our own expense. But my husband really wanted to do this Mexico trip with his dad, so I relented. I had one condition, that we have a separate sleeping area from our children. I absolutely hate sleeping in a room together. I never ever do it. I plan entire trips around not having to share a room. It's not just that the kids are loud sleepers and won't stay out of our bed if we're in the same room, which is also true. They're very
How old are
young,
the kids?
so it's not
Oh, very
like
young.
we can put them to bed and then leave. Someone will need to be in a dark, silent room with them after night after bedtime, which is 7:30 p.m. I very clearly stipulated this condition to my husband and father-in-law. Not only that, I asked my husband more than once to confirm that the accommodations were adequate weeks ago, which he did not do. This week, I learned that the 4 of us had been booked into a single room. I am furious. The general reaction from everyone, including my husband, is that I'm overreacting and it's not a big deal, that I should be grateful for this trip. I have been giving my husband the silent treatment for 3 days. He admits that he messed up, but thinks I am being unreasonable. He's not feeling well, so has not tried to fix the situation. That's fallen upon me. Folks, I never wanted to go on this trip in the first place. I would have never accepted it had I known the accommodations. I don't need a luxury trip that badly. I would have said thank you, but no. FWIW. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was a key
Hold
word
up.
in the last
I'm
sentence.
not done.
For real? Well, hold on. Let me speak the God spoken facts. I. It's putting her feelings above others, which I believe is selfish. And another word for selfish is being an asshole. So now I think she might be an asshole.
I was with you earlier, Fevno, but I am totally against you this time.
Yeah, but that's just because
Okay,
you don't like
okay.
kids.
Well,
Finish it off.
I
Finish it
mean
off,
that
and then
that and the
we'll.
fact that she literally asked for this thing to happen, and they said they were doing it, and they didn't happen.
Well, how can she be mad at her husband?
No, actually, she said she checked with her husband, and then her husband didn't check with the father.
Yeah, boy,
But
she said
let
numerous
me,
times. So
yeah, let
he
me
obviously
read
knew.
this.
Yeah, finish it. Finish it, and we'll talk.
Okay, so whatever the FWIW, I don't know, it's an abbreviation for something, but I don't know what it means. It says this incident is on the heel of a 9-day trip my husband recently took. Not a work trip, a trip he took voluntarily and chose to go on. I was on solo childcare with 2 children during that time. To say I feel disrespected and taken advantage of is a vast understatement. Edit. To make things clear, my 4-person family, me, husband, 2 kids, were booked into a single open room. I had requested either a 1-bedroom suite that features a bedroom with a door and small living area, or 2 side-by-side standard rooms, ideally adjoined. Um, Phil had agreed to this before I accepted the trip. I
Phil's
guess
probably
Phil is
the
the
dad.
husband.
Right.
It's just a FIL. I guess that's Phil. I would assume that's the husband because it says the husband didn't talk to the dad.
Right. And there you go. Phil is the asshole. He knew what he needed to do, and he failed his job, and now he's blaming his wife.
I don't
Yeah, no
think
worries.
OP is the asshole either because if it was agreed upon the accommodations, because I just reread it and it does say I very clearly stipulated this condition to my husband and father-in-law.
Yeah,
So I would assume that she talked to both of them. And
yeah,
then it says, not only that, I asked my husband more than once to confirm that the accommodations were adequate weeks ago. And then it
exactly.
says, which he did not do.
Yeah, so he fell down on his part of the agreement, and now he's being mad about her disappointment. So I totally see where she can be disappointed, and yeah, I agree with the original poster.
Does it ever say how old the kids are? They said they were young, but
Yeah,
did they
just
give it like?
it doesn't give ages. It just said they were young. I do not think that she's the asshole, but I do think that this could be fixed by not accepting fucking trips from somebody else that you are expecting them to.
That's true.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, she didn't want to go, but obviously her husband did, and her kids wanted to go. So I think she would like have to go. But then
I mean,
again,
she
but
didn't
like
have
it'd
to
be like
go.
the yeah, because that's what I was about to say. Like her husband did the exact same thing, except he left. So why couldn't she just stayed?
Yeah, I don't get
Because
where
they
that
they only they
whole.
only left for it was like 6 days, and the husband left for 8.
Yeah, I don't get where that whole adding that part in had anything to do with anything.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Because it's not saying that he just left her on purpose. If she decided she didn't want to go and whatever, that's on her.
Yeah, I feel like
I feel like that's irrelevant to the story.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think she's an
Oh,
asshole. I think she
FIL
just
is
had.
father-in-law, by the way.
Oh,
I just realized that, and that's what it says. It's not Phil. It's all capital FIL, so it's a fucking abbreviation for father-in-law. No,
that's all right. I
no,
was
it's
hearing
FIL.
FIL, but I was picturing F or PHIL.
No, it's FIL. But that's abbreviation for father-in-law. I hate when people abbreviate shit that doesn't need to be abbreviated. Like, what is the FWIW?
Not a clue. Friends with what? FW.
It says FWIW. This incident is on the heels of a 9-day trip. Yeah, so for what
Oh, for
it's
what it's
worth.
worth. Gotcha.
Oh my god, people need to stop trying to abbreviate shit that does not need to be abbreviated. I mean, that didn't even need to be put in there. It could actually, this whole section didn't need to be put in there because that's when she talks about the other trip. Okay, now I'm starting to think she is the asshole.
she made you read all that. She's definitely the asshole.
I'm starting to think she is an asshole because I'm starting to think that she's just a little bit too high strung, and she probably gets mad over every little bitty thing.
Well, when
For
you have
what
an
it's worth.
incompetent husband who gets mad at you for being disappointed in their incompetence, yeah, my anger would probably build up too.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with not the asshole, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. But that does it for the thing that we were doing.
We ran. No wait.
No,
Am
we
I the
No. I'm
talked.
asshole
sorry. We've talked.
subreddit?
Yeah, because I'm not
We
running.
talked. Now it's time for us to go ahead and run. I'm gonna leave you with this. When you're true to who you are, amazing things happen. I'm Travis. I love y'all. You have a good night.
I'm Fevno. Adios. Stay hydrated.
This is Switchworks. Hasta lasagna. Don't get any on ya.
And like Pineapple would say if she was here.